What must an entrepreneur do after creating a business plan? Well, you know what? I've created hundreds and hundreds of them and helped dozens, or actually hundreds and hundreds of people. We're gonna go through it. As entrepreneurs and business owners, we know that if we have a clear plan, anything becomes possible. And if you can have a clear plan, a clear process to create that plan, and a way to create clarity with your partner or spouse, you can drive to amazing heights. All right, so if you've created a business plan, you're like, okay, yeah, I think I'm ready. I'm ready to dive in, start going. Cool, good for you. I'm gonna ask you to first step back and make sure to consider how comprehensive is your business plan. Now, when I talk about a comprehensive business plan should get to a point where it's just like, oh my God, this is a no-brainer. You should get to the point where you feel like, my rubric for a new business, and I've started 16 of them, is, would I be an idiot not to do this business? So a lot of people think, oh, well, you're an entrepreneur, you're a big risk taker. No, I am not. A place where I could call somebody an SOB that's my boss and get fired, that to me is a risk. So I have started businesses, but they're always very, very, very calculated risks. And so in my book, Aspiring Solopreneur, also did a course on this, but we go through and specifically tell you how to create an incredible business plan with the intention that a lot of times, and I would say 90% of the business plans I've created didn't go anywhere, which means that I dodged a bullet and it wasn't the right thing for me to do. It was close, but it wasn't quite there. It was interesting, it was worth the effort, but it wasn't the highest and best use, and I decided not to do it. So I'm gonna encourage you, first and foremost, don't get emotionally attached to this business plan. You will have created and stimulated different parts, I think it's your hypothalamus, that actually get you thinking in different ways and looking at businesses. So if you take this first one, it's like, yeah, it's close, but I'm not sure. Okay, then it's not right. You gotta make sure that it's right when you get ready to jump. So first off, when you're looking at it, business plan, in my opinion, should start with identifying, is this fit with the lifestyle and the values that you have and where you want to go? Does this integrate? So start with what you want your life to look like first, and then make sure that your business integrates. And that means around your relationships, your friends, your family, your partner. Make sure it includes your health, your physical, your mental, and your spiritual, because you're gonna be on for a rodeo. And if you're not taking care of those things, you're gonna get bit in the ass. And this is where, if you can look at the whole thing on a comprehensive plan, say, all right, is this gonna fit? Yeah, good, okay, that's number one. Number two, you start to vet the idea. Make sure that it's something that you love, that you really enjoy doing. If you think, oh yeah, but I can go do this and make a lot of money, I promise you, if you go and do that and you don't like doing it, but you make money, you're gonna burn out really fast. Versus, if you go after something that you really love, maybe it doesn't pay that well, but you do really, really, really well in there, you actually will make more money in the long run. I've seen this over and over and over. So we talk about, excuse me, in other videos, how to avoid or how to find out and vet different types of business ideas. Now, the next thing then is, once you start to smoke out that idea, you're still working for somebody else. It's never been easier to start a business. You're looking at those options. Start talking to other people who are doing it. Start talking about people who could potentially use your service, and start talking to experts. But those first two, you don't have to actually have a business in mind, or you don't have to have a full business even started. Just say, hey, look, I'm considering looking at this. Tell me what you think. Remember, listen twice, 1, 2, versus 1 as much as you speak. If you can think through that, it's gonna really, really help you, and start listening to what it is. And then start thinking about where is the area that you can put your twist on it that fits in the ideal ways. I was working with somebody earlier today. She's a big real estate investor, does really well, but she's not necessarily feeling fulfilled personally. She also loves horses and she loves volunteering. So we talked about the idea of, well, what if you started doing horses and you did equine therapy and she loves working with people at a certain mission, helping them transition from the street to their own, to stepping up into their own lives, and using the horses to get through some of their stories and challenges. I don't know if it goes anywhere, but it's intriguing because it's a unique niche, and that's very, very interesting. That's something that, in my opinion, could get some funding, maybe from a nonprofit in the right way. So when you start to vet that idea, listen to what people have to say. How do you make yours different? Don't polish it up and get it perfect, get it close, and start saying, well, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Now, sideline is that sometimes you may end up actually getting work out of that. You may talk to somebody who's already doing it and say, yeah, you know what, I don't like working on these smaller deals, or oh, I don't like this kind of writing, but if you'd like to contract it, well, I'd contract with you. And you may have your first client without even knowing it. Now, the next thing when you're looking at that business plan is think about, great business plan is gonna have a full team of advisors. And you're like, dude, Kluver, man, come on, I don't have money for a team of advisors. You don't have to. If you build the right team, meaning a small business accountant, small business attorney, small business insurance agent, small business banker, maybe a small business marketing person, each one of those people, they're also probably small business owners. And I guarantee you find the right ones, they're gonna be willing to spend 30 minutes to an hour with you, helping coach and guide you on what you should do. Now, you have to be accountable for everything getting done. So you gotta listen to them, you gotta vet them, you gotta make sure they fit. We have a whole bunch of questions in the book and in the online video course. But once you do that, okay, you start stepping in and you figure out what are those things. Are there any blind spots? Because these guys have seen stuff before. It's gonna work. My accountant, Tricia, she's awesome. She's seen all sorts of shit. She connects me with people all the time. It's great. It's how do we put those together so that you get that team of advisors around you, then you throw them back and forth, how you can help each other. Good. Now, the next piece is you're gonna go out and start talking about marketing or business development. Difference, but start finding those clients. So to me, again, this is all part of your business plan. You do all of these things. How are we gonna finance it? Where are you gonna work? How's that gonna work? You know, what does your partner think about this? Is he cool with it? Is she cool with it? Whatever it is. Are they your champion or are they like, oh God, I'm nervous? We don't want saboteurs. If you get a saboteur on day one, you're in trouble. So this is where we talk about good business plan is going to actually help other people teed up so you already know all these questions. Now, in other words, you get all the way through and it should almost come down to a no-brainer. In some ways, there's a whole variety, and we have other videos on this channel on how to finance and all sorts of other things. But it comes to the point that when you have an amazing business plan, the biggest thing is you're going to have to say, all right, I'm ready to start doing this. And a lot of times I suggest people step in. Maybe you moonlight, you end up working, okay, when I get to 15 hours a week at this full new price, it'll be a hit, but I can let go of my job and then I can go find 2 more clients. And then I'm back to where I need to be. But having that very easy transition is important. But one of the big challenges, and I think COVID taught this to a lot of people, is if you're gonna start on your own and you work from home, make sure, we talk in this book, that you put intentionality on this. It is easy, and we all saw this during COVID, to where, yeah, I didn't really shave today, or shower, or clean up, or yeah, I haven't bathed in a week, and don't do that. You've got to have the same schedule, you have to have the same discipline, if not more, in the first 6 months of your new business. This is the biggest thing that I would suggest more than anything, is making sure you have the discipline. Now, just say, look, do it for 6 months. Say, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna dress, I'm gonna shower, dress nice. There's something, even if you, like as if you're dressing professional or whatever it is you're doing, but dress professional for what you're doing. And if it means that your commute is from the kitchen to the basement, fine. If you're wearing a suit with, big rabbit ear fuzzy slippers, fine, don't care. But the point is make sure that you put the intentionality and the reality behind what you're doing with that business. So you've gone through your business plan, you're aware that this is where I'm gonna work. If you're sharing an apartment or you're doing an apartment or something like that, even if it means you have a ceremony or some sort of process where you lay your books out and you set things up, okay, now I'm working. No, when I'm not, then you're not working. Set those boundaries up. But once you have all those things figured out, and to me, those things fall into a quality business plan, you'll go through and be like, okay, yeah, let's see, a client, do I love what I'm doing? Mm-hmm. Is this gonna be the life that I wanna get to? Yeah, actually, I'm stoked. Cool. No brainer, no brainer. I've got a couple clients teed up. Working for these 2 is enough to almost cover my nut. I get 1 more, and I think they'll give me a referral. That means I'm probably gonna be making more. Great, love that. So yeah, no brainer, more money. The insurance is covered. I've got the right kind of structure for my legal stuff. I've got a great contract. The accounting is taken care of. I know what that looks like. Yeah. So the final thing is, like, let's say you have your brother-in-law, a little on the loopy side, but you still love him. He comes to you, and he comes to you with a business plan and an idea. And it is so well vetted, you're just like, wow, really? All right, dude, yeah, I'll give you 10 grand to get started on that. I want you guys to have that kind of conviction when you're ready to pull the trigger on your own business plan. If you say that you're in that spot for yourself, good, pull the trigger. If you're not, really step back and think about it. So if you found any value in this, I'm hoping you did, a little bit, here or there, please either subscribe to the channel, make some comments below, check us out, check out some of the other videos. Whatever you do, make sure you keep dreaming. Don't be afraid of diving out there. And if you have questions, please reach out to me. You're welcome to. inspiringsolopreneur.com. Keep smiling.